So you're thinking about moving to Spring, Texas? Well, you're not alone. It's one of Houston's most popular suburbs, and it's popular for a reason. And we're going to cover the reasons it's popular as well as the reasons it's not so popular, the good, the bad, the ugly about Spring in this video. I'm Donna Sitton. I'm a local realtor here in Houston. I'd love to help you find your perfect place to call home here in Houston. And if you're looking to move in the next 9 to 90 days, give me a call, send me a text, shoot me an email. I'd love to walk with you on that journey. Okay, let's get on with this video. Okay, so pro number one about Spring is its location. And in real estate, location is prime. So this is a great one to start with. You are located right off I-45 and 99 or the Grand Parkway. So great. You're 25 miles north of downtown, 10 miles south of the Woodlands. The airport's maybe 10, 15 minutes away, 20 at most, depending on where you are. So Conroe is just a little bit further than that, north of the Woodlands. So you have boating if you have a boat, if you like to paddleboard, water ski, jet ski, whatever, you have that at Lake Conroe, just a little bit of ways. So, and you have Lake Houston there that's not far either. So you have two lakes you can go and explore. So great location. Second pro, diverse and affordable housing. So what this means is you have everything to choose from old homes, over 100 years old, 150-year-old homes, on up to brand new build, brand new construction. So brand new build is going to be Woodson's Reserve off of 99, and some other little pockets you'll have some. And then you have established communities, established master plan communities like Glenlock Farms, Windrose, Audubon. So you have beautiful places. You have communities that have golf courses. So if you're looking for something, whether it's unrestricted, where you can have your horses or your animals, your business or your RV boat, you can find that here. So you have a very diverse kind of selection here as far as houses go, from starter homes up to multi-million-dollar homes, from homes in subdivisions to homes on acreage. You know, whatever your choices are, you might be able to find what you're looking for here in Spring. And they're affordable. So you get more for your money here than in many other areas. You're not far from Houston and you get more for your money. So I have school zones as this pro and a con here, because you have three school zones. You have Klein ISD, you have Spring ISD, and you have Conroe ISD. So those three school zones, when you're looking for housing, you really need to research your school zones. If you have little ones that you're in charge of and are taken care of and need to watch their education, then because of this, you really need to go on to, say, greatschools.org and niche.com to do that research, as just a couple suggestions. And then you have the school ISD websites themselves. So be sure and do your deep research on school zones. Okay, my fourth pro is things to do. There's so much to do in Spring and around Spring. Okay, so you're close to a lot. Inside Spring, you have Old Town Spring with all its fun shops, restaurants, kind of unique, right? It was old homes that were from the late 1800s that were the old original town of Spring, but then became a shopping center and restaurant area. So really cute, worth checking out. The trees are beautiful, just cute, lots of fun vibes with very specialty shops, worth a trip there to explore it. Then you have the opposite of that. You have the city, which is brand new, recent years. It's got a Marriott hotel on it. So there's the Spring Creek Greenway is a trail system that runs along Spring Creek, and it runs all the way from Kingwood up to Tomball, where I am right now filming in my backyard. And then you see horses out there, you see people on bikes, you see people walking, you have some sandy paths, you have concrete walkways through it. So you really need to kind of do your research on it to see, which part of that path you want to take. But there are parks along the way and different things to do. So definitely worth checking that out if you're an outdoor person. Then we have golf courses galore out here. Windrose has golf course, Glenlock Farms has a golf course. So you have the communities with golf courses. You have the Woodlands that has some of the finest country clubs. You have Champions Forest Country Club, which is one of the best. So you have lots of choices that aren't far from Spring, and lots of parks. So yes, lots to do here in Spring if you're outdoors. And it's Hurricane Harbor Splashtown. It And then right up the street from that, you have Top Golf, which is a wonderful golf facility. If you check out my other video that I've done on Spring, you'll see I cover those in more detail along Old Town Spring and the city. So yes, lots to do here. Then outside of here, remember, you're 10 miles to the Woodlands. You're just, I don't know the exact mileage. I should look that up, but you're not much further than maybe another 10 miles or so. So maybe 20 miles to Conroe, Lake Conroe. So yes, you have a lot to do. You're probably a half hour to Lake Conroe from there, depending on where you live in Spring. And they have wonderful boating activities. They have a nice Margaritaville resort there. If you want to stay for the weekend, that's a great place with little houses or little bungalows on the water that you can rent, or hotel rooms with lots of bars and restaurants. They have a lot to do there now up at Conroe. Everything's just kind of growing and booming. So every time I make a video, there's something new to report on. So just be sure to check them all out. It's always changing here now. And then you have downtown with all the sports venues. You know, you got the Rockets, you got the Astros, and then you have theaters, and so plays you can catch, and excellent theaters and shows here. They're some of the top in the country, so definitely worth that. Fine restaurants and bars, so all the nightlife you could want, just 25 miles away. Okay, so covered things to do now, and family fun and just adult fun. It's all kind of here. Okay, then the last thing I'm going to say, it's kind of zoning and HOAs, right? You can find property up here that's not zoned and not in an HOA, so it would be called unrestricted, and you can get on an unrestricted property. You can park your boats, you can run a business out of it, whatever. So it's very much more open. It's not restricted, meaning that not people are going to be coming in here and telling you what you can and can't do on your property so much, right? As far as legal activities, let's keep it clean here. There's pros and cons with that. One is because people aren't coming and telling you to paint your door that's fading, or mow your yard. You may see that things aren't kept up as well in the non-HOA areas, but that's not true for all of them. I lived in a non-HOA here in Houston, and on a single street that was not an HOA, and people maintain their homes beautifully. All right, let's get on with the cons of living here in Spring. All right, so the first con trails right off of that location, because you're up there off 45, and that's your main road to get to downtown. You're going to have traffic, but you know what? All the people that have moved here, you name a place that doesn't have traffic, a big city, and I'd be shocked. So there just doesn't exist, right? You have people, you're gonna have traffic. So maybe if you can be flexible, or you can work from home, that'll be a great opportunity. If you can go in earlier, come home earlier, or go in later and come home later. But that's gonna be the worst thing, is that you get 99 congestion at rush hour, as well as 45 congestion at rush hour. But it is what it is. I don't know how to get around it. All right, the second con is the school zones. Now, I just told you that they have great school zones: Conroe ISD, Spring ISD, and Klein ISD. Spring is the one that has mixed grades, so you really need to look at Spring. So that's why it's in the cons, because Klein ISD has high ratings and Conroe ISD has high ratings, but you need to check the Spring, and I would even check the Conroe schools to make sure that they're still the ratings that you're seeking for your family or your children or people you're looking after. Okay, so if you're looking after people who are school age, then you need to make sure and check those zones. I'm gonna tell you too that it's nice. Our community college here in this area, and this is not so much a con, it's more of a pro, is Lone Star. So you have a nice community college in the Woodlands that's quick access. Along with the public schools, you have private schools in Spring. So again, you can look those up on Niche and see what offerings you have if that's something of interest to you. All right, moving on to con number 3. Con number 3 is my con for all of Houston, Texas in general, and that's the weather. It's hot, it's humid, it's Texas. So, we get storms, we get hurricanes, we get hot, humid summers, and it's just Houston. So if you can put up with that, then you're good. My other con here, besides the weather, is bugs. We have mosquitoes, we have cockroaches. You do need to spray your homes, keep them on a regular pest control service so that you can keep all these lovely little critters out of your home. So con number 4 is property taxes. Here in Houston, our property taxes are higher than, say, California, and we don't have state income tax. So there's your offset, right? We don't have state income tax, so your earnings don't get taxed. But if it's your taxes, if you're picking a nice, priced home, 500, your taxes are going to move up with the price of your home. So that's something to keep in mind here in spring and all over Houston and Texas in general. So that's just one of the offsets for that income, right? All right. Then you're going to have nightlife. So this is the last con of spring. I said it's close to a lot of things and there's a lot to do, but if you're looking for nightlife that's very, very late night, you're going to struggle to find that here in spring. And that's mainly because it's a suburb. So you can go to the Woodlands for a little bit of it, but they don't offer that much either. When I'm talking about the Woodlands, I tell people they need to go downtown for the nightlife. I tell people they need to go downtown for nightlife as well. It's just what it is. Okay, that's going to wrap up my video today on the pros and cons. Please hit the subscribe and notifications button. Be kept current on all things Houston. And again, reach out to me if you're looking to move in the next 9 to 90 days or 9 months. I'd love to help you find that perfect place to call home here in Houston and the surrounding area, or in Texas in general. I know realtors all over and would love to refer you out. Okay, take care for now, and I'll see you on the next video.